Hi guys, so today I'm gonna do my Lush Favourites and show you some of the products I like to get when I go in Lush, which is quite a lot. So I'm gonna split it up into 5 categories. So I'm gonna do bath bombs and bubble bars first, mainly because I don't have any of them with me. I'm then gonna do body, face, hands and hair. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are the bath bombs and bubble bars I like to go in and buy. Now, I tend to use a lot of the bath bombs. I've probably used most of them. The two I find myself buying the most are Experimenter and Twilight. Now, Experimenter is one of those bath bombs that changes the watercolour as well. And because, if I can find a picture, I will put a picture up. Because it's multicoloured, it actually makes the water look really psychedelic when you first put it in, and it has a really nice scent to it that actually lingers in the bathroom for quite a while, so it makes my bathroom smell amazing afterwards. The other one, like I said, I like is Twilight. Now this one, I think colours water like pink if I remember. I haven't used it in a little while, and it's kind of a calming scent to it, so when I'm having a nice relaxing bath at the end of the day, if I just need to unwind, I find that's the one I tend to like the most, because I just find it helps me relax better. Now, when it comes to bubble bars, there are 3 I tend to get. I have used some of the others, but these are the 3 I find myself going back for. First of which is the Milky Bar bubble bar. Now this one looks like a milk bottle, and it doesn't have that much of a scent to it, but it does. I just like it now and again, just if I just want bubbles, not much of a scent, so I quite like it for that one. Now the other 2 are candy scented ones, like you will discover in this video, and I've said before, when it comes to Lush stuff, I like sweet smelling stuff, and particularly when it comes to bubble bars. Now one of the reasons that is because bubble baths in general just make me think of being a little kid, so having like candy scented stuff just kind of ties in with that for me. So the 2 I tend to use are the Comforter, which I like because of the size of it, you can probably get about 3 baths out of it. So I just tend to break it up a bit and then split it up. And like I said, it's really nice, like cotton candy kind of smell to it. And the other one is Creamy Candy. Once again, it's got the same like cotton candy kind of smell, but because of the size of it, you only get about 1 bath bomb. That's why I tend to go for Comforter more, but I do like Creamy Candy now and again. So next up we have the body section of this video. Now it's mostly comprised of shower gels, but I do have 1 body lotion which I will do at the end. Now, you'll notice all 3 bottles, the 3 shower gels I'm going to talk about, are travel size bottles. That was just because when I bought them, I wasn't sure how I was going to get on with them, so I just thought I'd get travel size ones while I figured it out. Now, first up we have Happy Hippie, which as you can see is actually empty, because I used it up, I think I finished it last week, but kept the bottle for this video. Now this one, unlike the other 2, is actually a citrus smelling one. And I find I like it most in the morning if I'm showering before work, as it helps wake me up a little bit, I find. So yeah. The next one we have is Plum Rain, which looks like this. It's purple. Now this one is like a fruit, sweet kind of smell, and I primarily bought it just because it's purple, which is my favourite colour, but I do quite like it. Now finally we have, which is probably my favourite of the 3, which is It's Raining Men. This one has like a caramel popcorny kind of smell to it, which just smells amazing, especially if you're like me and you like sweet smelling stuff. Now as you can see, this one's pretty much full. I have used it twice, but with these shower gels, a little goes a long way. So yeah, it's going to take a while for me to run that one down, thankfully. But yeah, that one's probably my favourite of the 3. So like I said, another thing in this section is a body lotion that I use. Now it's called Sleepy. It comes in a little pot like this. It does come in bigger sizes, but I only have a little pot at the moment. It's purple in colour-ish and smells of lavender. Now, as the name suggests, its purpose is to help you sleep. So you put it on just before bed. I tend to put it on my arms and my shoulders, and I do find it actually helps me sleep, especially if you're like me, you work shifts and you have a very irregular sleeping pattern. So I find this definitely helps me get to sleep. Not all the time, but majority of the time. Next we have face. Now I'm going to start off with a face scrub which I like to use, which is called Let the Good Times Roll. This smells like popcorn, mainly because it has popcorn oil in it. It just, like I said, I love sweet smelling stuff, so this smells amazing to me. It looks like that in the pot. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of Play-Doh-y in texture, but all you do is just add a little bit of water and kind of rub it round into a paste and then put it on your face. Now, when you wash it off, it's kind of, your skin initially feels like a little oily and gritty, I find, but it quickly absorbs in and makes your face not only smell amazing but feel amazing too. Next up we have face masks. Now this one I do use. It's a face and body mask. It's called Cup of Coffee, and as the name suggests, it actually smells like coffee. It's got and has coffee grounds in it. Now I use this more as a body scrub than a face mask, but I do use it as a face mask now and again, just because I find, because you have to leave it on for so long, I find it doesn't stay on my face as well. But I do like it, especially if I, like I said, I need something to wake me up a little bit. Have it smelling like coffee. Actually, I don't know if smelling like coffee is a good thing, because it usually means I want a coffee. Next up we have another face mask, which is my favourite face mask, which is called Mask of Magnanimity. It's, when I think of face masks, this is kind of what I think of. It's one of those stereotypical like green ones. And it just makes your skin feel like really fresh afterwards, and it does tingle a little bit because of the mint, but yeah, this is probably my favourite because I find it just makes my face feel really fresh after I've used it. So next up we have hands. Now first thing I'm going to talk about is hand lotion, and the one I'm using at the moment is called Love and Light. It's quite a heavy cream, so it takes a little while to absorb into your skin, so you don't need a lot of it, but I like when it does absorb in, it makes my hands a little softer. Now I'm one of those people with my hands, especially like there near my fingers, bases of my fingers, get quite dry, so I find that I do use quite a lot of that. Now the other product in the hand section is probably my favourite of all the Lush products that I buy, which is a hand scrub called Salted Coconut. It's got sea salt in it, so as you wash your hands it actually helps exfoliate them. And it smells like coconut, which I find is quite a soothing, calming smell. So I love to put this on and use this just before I go to bed, because it'll linger on my hand for a bit, and also, as well as the sleepy, helps me get to sleep. Now the final section is hair. Now I only have one product to talk about here, which is R&B. Now this is a hair moisturiser. Now it's aimed for curly hair, which I don't have, but it can be used on dry hair, which I do have. Now I tend to put this on when my hair's still wet and before I dry it. Now the first time I used it, I thought it made my hair a little too greasy, but it turns out I was just using a bit too much. So yeah, I used just a really small amount, even though I got quite long hair, and I find that actually makes my hair quite soft, and the smell tends to linger in my hair for a little while. So every time I play with my hair, which I do quite a lot, I get a big whiff of R&B. So guys, those are some of my favourites from Lush. Like I said, they're not all the products I use. I do have others, but those are the ones I tend to buy the most. So yeah, I guess I will see you in my next video.